Some of the most devastating injuries that we see in workers' compensation are those involving the spine. These injuries can cause damage to the cervical spine or the lumbar spine and can result from such things as serious lifting accidents, falls, twisting, or anything of that nature. My main concern in handling those cases, whether it is a catastrophic spinal injury or a spinal injury that is just going to be disabling for a significant period of time, is to ensure that my client does receive the maximum medical recovery that they can. These cases are driven by the medical, and once the medical is stable and we know where that person is and is going to be, both for a standpoint of future medical care, ability to work, all of those issues, then we can move that client into a discussion with the insurance company about how to settle that case. These are life-changing cases, and how all of those steps in the case are handled from beginning through the medical and all the way to settlement and resolution is very important. An experienced attorney is really vital in looking at these cases, knowing how it fits the Workers' Compensation Act, and taking it through to the best recovery for my clients possible. The most rewarding part of that entire process is to see our clients put their lives back together, be able to move back into the world with their families in a way that is healthy and most likely to give them a full life going forward.
At Boone & Stone, we represent both businesses and consumers in cases against banks, insurance companies, finance companies, other service industries that may cause a financial loss to a business or a consumer. When a victim is bringing a claim against a large institution with a well-funded defense, they need a firm like Boone & Stone whose lawyers are respected by the defense lawyers that represent those entities. They need a firm that will take their case to trial no matter what, unless an appropriate settlement for fair value is reached. We've got a history of going up against very well-funded defendants with very talented, large legal teams and winning.
Aviation is a very heavily regulated area, and the language that's used is technical. What's great about having had more than 40 years of flying 73 different kinds of airplanes is they can't say words that I don't understand. It really is a special language, and if you don't know the language, you can't do a good job in that business. You know, aviation accidents really are very technical in nature, and they're very cost extensive. So unless you go to a firm that knows how to fly airplanes, that knows how to try lawsuits, and that has the economic resources to develop the case, I don't think that you're going to get what you're looking for. In a catastrophic injury case, I think a lot of people think that the injury just speaks for itself, and that's not true. We've handled cases involving brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, mega burn cases. Our primary focus on the damages side is to make certain that everyone in the courtroom understands what the impact is on the entire person, their perspective, their happiness, their wellness, and what they're going to need in the future. The client's main concern when they call us about a serious injury case is knowing that we care about them and are going to pay attention. A lot of law firms, I think, lose the client in the file cabinet, and our clients stay right on our desk. There are mistakes that occur in medical malpractice that are simply the result of the problem that was created when you got sick or when the impact occurred with your trauma. But there are mistakes that occur in medical malpractice that actually are the product of not thinking or not having a plan when you're dealing with the patient. And in the cases that we look at, probably 9 out of 10 cases will turn down, either because there wasn't a frank error made or because the frank error was not the cause of the patient's injury. If the medical error is there and it was the cause of the injury, then that's the case that we'll take.
Product liability law developed because manufacturers should be responsible for providing safe products to consumers. And many times these people are injured as a result of products that the manufacturer is well aware are unsafe, but they have no idea, and they're totally lost without somebody that can help them find out what happened to them, why it happened to them, and what can be done to make things right. It's important to hire an attorney who is experienced in trucking litigation immediately after an accident because, as most everybody knows, when an accident happens, one of the first things the people want to do is clean up the highway. Trucking cases are complex cases that are different than ordinary motor vehicle cases because the vehicles are different, the systems are different, the regulations and laws that apply to trucking are different, and when an accident happens, everything out on the highway needs to be examined as quickly as possible. Experts need to be retained so that things can't be done to alter the vehicles after the accident. The evidence needs to be gathered while it's still there. We analyze all the needs that our clients may have from the emotional, medical, rehabilitation, financial, investment planning standpoint, and we put them together with the appropriate experts to develop a plan to meet their needs.
I have been practicing in Collin and surrounding counties for 42 years. For those 42 years, I have handled exclusively criminal and family law issues. When Todd Shapiro joined the law firm 10 years ago, he took over the criminal law side of our business, and for the last 5 years, I have handled exclusively family law matters. At the end of the day, my biggest satisfaction is that 42 years after I started this, I haven't lost any of my enthusiasm. I'm still as excited to get up and come to work this morning and deal with the issues that I've been dealing with for 42 years.
Here at our law firm, we pride ourselves on our hard work. We are 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365 days a year attorneys. I learned this from my dad, who's my partner, certainly, and watching him not only as a kid but also as an adult, becoming an attorney myself, that there's no substitute for hard work and dedication to your craft. Number one, it makes you a better lawyer. Number two, it makes you connect better with your clients. I think that's something that we're certainly able to provide to our clients here at our law firm is we are always available. Our families understand we're always available. Communication is a large part of what we do in making ourselves accessible at any time, and I think that's a key ingredient to our success.
There are a number of excellent trial lawyers here in the Bay Area and throughout California, but attorneys know when they refer a case to the Brady Law Group that I'll personally be accountable for how the case is handled. I will always fairly compensate them for the time, energy, and money that they've spent working up a case, and they know that with the efforts that we put in at the Brady Law Group that we'll enhance the value of their client's case and that we'll obtain the greatest possible result for their client, whether it's through settlement or trial.
The Levine Law Firm has been handling drunk driving cases for the entirety of its existence, and we've handled several in the last few months alone. We know exactly what to do with these cases. We know how to act aggressively, quickly, and decisively. We know where to get the criminal records. We know what to look for when we get them. We know what to do with the insurance company. We know what the values of these types of cases are, which to some degree dependent on our clients' injuries. Society doesn't like drunk driving. When people are injured in drunk driving cases, it's especially tragic because it could have so easily been avoided. Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for each drunk driving case, and one of the best ways we do that, in addition to gathering all of the criminal file of the driver, is we often file suit earlier rather than later in the process. If we do that, we know exactly what the insurance company knows about the insurance policy and the insurance situation of the other driver, and that's a big advantage to us in trying to maximize these cases.
At Mortar, Eskison & Ness, we handle all types of automobile accidents. We have over 100 years combined experience among the attorneys in our firm, and we can successfully handle any type of automobile accident. When a new client comes to our office, we first file for no-fault benefits within 30 days to make sure that our clients do not spend money out of pocket for medical bills and that the proper no-fault carrier does. We then collect the police report, photographs, witness statements, and medical records. We then communicate with the insurance companies or defense counsel and negotiate a successful settlement on our client's behalf.
We at Mortar, Eskison & Ness understand that insurance is a very necessary part of the business. But just because you pay for insurance doesn't mean your insurance company has your best interests in mind. That's why people hire us, so that we can fight the insurance company and obtain from the insurance company as much as our client deserves.
if you are not a U.S. citizen and there's allegations you are alleged to have committed a crime in the U.S., this case needs to be handled carefully. Anything you do can impact your immigration status, and when we take a look, and I take a look at your case, we'll take the implications of how it could affect your immigration going forward with your case. Similarly, if you're not from Florida, you came here on vacation, you went on a cruise, you're down here to go to Miami Beach for the weekend, and you got arrested. It happens. How do you make sure, how do you get back on with your life, whatever part of the country or world you're from, while I handle your case here in Florida? Nothing makes me happier than taking my clients from when I meet them, which is usually right after one of the worst things that has happened to them in their lives, and resolving the case to a point where they can get back on their lives and move on, in a positive way. And nothing makes me more satisfied than getting my clients' lives back together again.
Here at the law offices of Charles Wachter, we handle a myriad of criminal cases. They would include both federal and state internet child pornography cases. We also handle drug cases that would include both felony and simple possession cases. We are a criminal defense firm. We have a team of attorneys, paralegals, and a staff of private investigators and bail bondsmen to assist each client from the very beginning of his case all the way through until the case has been completed. When you've been charged with any criminal offense, it is a life-changing event. That's why you need to contact the law offices of Charles Wachter to represent you. A federal internet child pornography case originates by way of a federal investigation. A defendant has essentially two options. The first option is to try to resolve these cases by way of a pre-indictment plea. The other option is that a defendant is arrested and is formally charged by way of an indictment and then has to go through a bail process, which is called a detention hearing in the federal system. As a member of the federal bar, we have handled federal internet child pornography cases throughout the United States. We can put our experience together for you.
The law offices of David Tillum is a specialty bankruptcy law firm. We help people in the Los Angeles community and Pasadena and Glendale areas in particular, but we help them not only with their debt problems but also trying to collect debts from other people. We handle all aspects of bankruptcy proceedings, from consumer work, including reorganizations, and even bankruptcy appellate work.
We are very much client-focused and oriented, with a focus on economics and results for the client at the least possible expense to them.
Bankruptcy is a difficult choice to make, and it has a lasting effect on your credit and on your family. A bankruptcy attorney who can help you make the right choices and help you be comfortable with that choice is very important, and the law offices of David Tillum can provide that.
For those of you who are in need of bankruptcy services or civil litigation, call the law offices of David A. Tillum.